building. Back in the building for round two. Y'all know how it is. Every time I get inspired, I tap in with the kids. This is actually something I could have talked about earlier because it was on my mind. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think about it. But just had a conversation that just reignited that flame. So y'all know what it is. This is one of those topics. This is one of those subjects that I want to dive into, that I want to go in on in reference to the black man, man. So I'm going to give y'all a chance to tap back in with the kids. So hopefully y'all got about a good maybe 35, 40 minutes to spare, man. But we going to build, man. This subject or this topic is important, man. It's important. They do not like to see the black man, so they don't like to see the black man thrive, and they don't like to see the black man succeeding. Anias, peace, queen, what's happening? They can't stand it. Can't stand it, man. They will not leave us alone. They cannot stand it. These white folks do not like when the black man is out here winning, especially when he is taken away from their bottom line. And this is something that Deion Sanders is doing. If you're not familiar with what Deion Sanders is doing, do some research, man. Deion Sanders is laying down the blueprint. I feel like Deion Sanders is doing something that I feel like all the black athletes should have been doing. Now, again, we have our perspectives on HBCUs, but my thing is black unification. One thing I can say about the HBCUs that we can all agree on is that's where predominantly black students go. That's where predominantly black people go. So if we gonna go anywhere, if we gonna go to any of these institutions, let's go where the black people going. Let's go where the black people are going. So I feel like Deion Sanders laid the blueprint. Deion Sanders is one of the most popular names when it comes to football. He chose to coach at Jackson State. And now he out there flipping top recruits. And it's making the white folks mad. It's making them mad. Prodigal son, peace. What's that? And Dominique, peace. Oh, hey, Dominique, man, when you always constantly doing the knowledge, you never run out of things to talk about. When I say knowledge is infinite, I'm the living example of that. Man, I could talk about stuff all day. You know what I'm saying? If I like to talk that much, I could. But hey, man, knowledge is infinite, man. Knowledge is infinite. We never run out of things to talk about, especially when you study life around you. R-Card, peace. Airview, peace. Tavon, for sure. And they can't stand it. They out here burning the jersey. They out here burning that man's jersey. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about it is the top recruit that he flipped was supposed to go to the school that he went to, or the college that Deion Sanders went to, Florida State. So they can't stand it. They out here burning the jersey. What you burning his jersey for? What are you burning his jersey for? But when we do things like that as black people, we get labeled thugs. You know what I'm saying? We get labeled negatively when we start burning jerseys, when we start acting crazy like that. These white folks can burn jerseys when recruits, young black men, decide to go to other colleges out here. They can burn jerseys for that cause and everything is fine when they do it. The police shoot and kill us, like the police are shooting, kill an innocent black man or an innocent young black man or an innocent black woman. We go tear up some stuff and they want to label us thugs. A young black man say, I don't want to go to this college, I want to go to that college. They burning jerseys and that's acceptable out here. That's acceptable. They able to do that. That's cool. And it's crazy out here. They wishing harm on a young brother. Not only are they talking bad about Deion, but they wishing harm on a young brother that said, I want to go to Jackson State, the top recruit. They out here talking about they hope he get injured and things like that. This is what these white folks on, but they want to talk bad about us. This young black man, you talking about 17, 18-year-olds say, I don't want to go to Florida State, I want to go to Jackson State, and now y'all wishing harm on them. But we the thugs, we the savages. Stop playing with us, man. Stop playing with us. I hope all the top recruits change their mind and go to Jackson State. Quit going to these white institutions, man. Quit going to these schools where all these white folks at. And then they talking about, he had to, you know what I'm saying, they had to pay him, et cetera, et cetera. Man, like these, like Alabama and Georgia and Clemson, like they not paying these dudes to come there. Come on, man. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. All of these big universities pay these athletes under the table. And sometimes it ain't necessarily under the table. But all of these big programs pay these kids to go there. How you think they getting these recruits? So all of them are paying. So don't try to criticize Deion and say, he had to pay him. So what if he did? All these other colleges doing the same thing. So don't get mad at Deion because he able to flip the recruit. Don't get mad. Don't get in your feelings. And this the crazy thing about it. If that top recruit, if dude would have said he was going to any other school, nobody would have cared. If this top recruit, if dude would have been like, I don't want to go to Florida State, I want to go to Alabama, nobody, it wouldn't have been crazy. They wouldn't have been burning jerseys. They wouldn't have been doing anything like that. The simple fact that he said he wanted to go to a HBCU, which the brother is black, that should be understood. Now they want to burn jerseys. Now they want to go crazy. But what if the young brother would have said, no, I want to go to Alabama instead of Florida State? Man, recruits do this all the time. They change their minds all the time. People transfer. This happens. It happens a lot. But the fact that he said, I want to go play with Deion, I want to go to HBCU, I want to go to where the black people at, now it's a problem. Now it's time to burn jerseys. Now it's time to bring out the accusations and them saying, oh, he's paying them. Now they want to do that. That's funny. Prodigal son for sure. You already know their true colors, man. They can't stand it, man. Deion over here thriving, and they can't stand it. What they are about to do, though, they about to try to, listen, they going to try to bribe Deion Sanders, right? It's a few things that I feel like can happen right here. One of the things I'm afraid of, but one thing, they're going to try to bribe him. So you know how these white folks are. Ray, peace, what's happening? They see, oh, man, Deion Sanders has a powerful influence. He bringing a lot of top recruits to Jackson State. Imagine if we had him over here at Georgia, or imagine if we had him over here at Clemson. So one of these big universities, they definitely going to try to pay for that man. They definitely going to try to get him to join that side. They definitely going to try to do that. They definitely going to try to pay for Deion to come over there. So you wouldn't be surprised if you see one of these top schools try to get Deion over there, try to offer him a nice amount of money. Second thing that I feel like can start happening is they can start blackballing these kids. You know, a lot of these kids, they have the goal of making it to the league. So if these top recruits start going to HBCUs to go play with Deion, you might have a situation where, hey, they may stop drafting these dudes, or they may not draft them where they deserve to be drafted simply because they went to Jackson State opposed to Alabama. And that could hurt the stock of the school. Because if listen, if my main objective is to make it to the league, and I feel like going to this school helps me get there faster than going to that school, then you're going to opt for the school that helps you reach your goal faster. So I feel like they can start trying to do that to the kids as well. That's possible. TZ, he don't need money at all. But you know they're going to try to do it, though. Because they see the type of influence he has. So you know they're going to try to get him. Man, they listen. They'll probably get that man the most money that a coach has ever received just to get him away from them black kids. They don't want to see them kids. They don't want to see black people unifying. Whether it's at college, whether it's out in the streets. They don't want to see that happening. They don't want to see it. So they will do anything to prevent that from happening. If those black kids are coming to Alabama and Georgia, they cool. But they do not want those black kids going to Jackson State, because then they start going to Jackson State. Then some of them may go to Grambling. Then some of them may go to TSU. Like, they don't want that happening. That's taken away from their bottom line. Thunder, peace, what's happening? That's taken away from their bottom line, man. But I love what Deion Sanders is doing. I love what he's doing, man. He went to Jackson State, turning the program around, getting the top recruits to come over there, man. It's a beautiful thing. I feel like this is one step closer to us doing our own thing. Like, this is an example of what could happen if we unify, you know what I'm saying, and focus our energy on our community. Like, this is a small example of how this thing could work. It could take away from them. And then they get in their feelings. They get emotional, start burning jerseys. Like, this is the reaction. If we start doing our own thing, this is semi how it would look. Oh, Kurt, yeah, for sure. Yeah, they could, like, listen, you can get into the league anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you're talented enough, you can get into the league. But my thing is, if you're a top recruit and you number one, like if your stock is first round, But then you start going to schools and you're not getting drafted according to your talent level. Like that may deter some kids from wanting to take that route because you get more guaranteed money when you are drafted in the earlier rounds opposed to if you sign undrafted. So if it's about the money, then some of those kids may be like, listen, man, I fool with what you're doing here, but if I go here, then I might be guaranteed to go in the first round, meaning I'm going to get more guaranteed money, especially when we're talking about a sport such as football where you're liable to get injured. So I hope they don't start playing with them kids like that. Like, that's my fear, man. These kids start going to those HBCUs and they start not drafting them where they deserve to be drafted. Like, don't play with them like that. Thunder, yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So we just, we can get our big name athletes to just follow in the footsteps. Hey, Anais, man, I feel like, it ain't too far off because we seeing the power of it right here. We seeing the power. We seeing the power that we can have. I'm just, man, I just like these young kids, man. So that's what I'm saying. We talk all this about the younger generations, man, but hey, the young generation be fearless out here. Man, that top recruit, young bull, could have went anywhere. He could have went anywhere else. He said, you know what, I'm going to Jackson State. That was a bold move. That was a bold move. So shout out to the young bull. That was a bold move. He didn't have to do that. That dude could have been like, man, I'm going to look out for my future. I'm going to go to Florida State. Or I'm going to go to Alabama. I'm going to go to Georgia. He said, no, I'm finna go to Jackson State. I'm going to go play with the GOAT at that position. Coach Prime, Deion. That's what I'm going to do. And he did it. So shout out to the young bull. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, we always criticizing the young generation when they do wrong. Let's give them praise when they do us right and exact. Andrew, peace, what's happening? Oh, boy, Antonio, for sure. You already know how I feel about it. Like seeing it. Give these young bulls some props, man. That was a fearless move. Oh, Deshaun, for sure. I got a lot of, like, a few people in my family graduated from Jackson State, and you know, my people live not too far from Jackson, so I'm already knowing, man, he having a big impact on the community around there. Like, man, what Deion is doing is powerful, man. Like I said, dude could have, just based off of his name, man, he could have went a lot of other places. He could have did a lot of other things in his life. But he decided to go to Jackson State and do what he's doing. Powerful, man. It's powerful. I'm telling you, what Deion is doing is historic. It's historic, man. It is very historic, man. That man deserves some credit. That man deserves some flowers for what he is doing. Yeah, Kurt. Yeah, Eddie Jones. Eddie George. I said Eddie Jones. I'm thinking basketball. Eddie George at TSU and Marvin Lewis at Grambling. So again, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is the impact that Deion is having. It's the impact. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start seeing high-profile people. They're going to start fooling with these HBCUs. One step away from starting our own schools. You know what I'm saying? Starting our own schools out here. Starting our own colleges, man. You know what I'm saying? Where we just totally disconnected from them. We're going to have our black colleges, then we're going to send them off to these black leagues. This is how you start this process, man. You can see how it works. Oh, Landon, for sure, man. I'm mad that I ain't go that route. I got accepted to Jackson State too. I'm now mad that I ain't go there. I ain't take that route, man. You know what I'm saying? But you live and you learn. I'm rooting for the black team now, though. Best believe. Best believe. Best believe. I love what's happening, man. I love it. I love it. I'm all for it. I've been saying it for the longest. I'm like, man, these top athletes out of high school, man, just go to these HBCUs. Go to where the black people at. Go to where the black people at. Frank, peace, what's happening? Go to where the black people at. I've been saying that for a minute. Man, you a top athlete. Go to where the black folks at. Put that black program on the map. Do that. That's the move. Back in the day, like, we didn't have any choice. Like, Walter Payton, one of the best running backs to play this game, went to Jackson State. That's back when they wasn't allowing us to be in their institutions. So we need to keep that same energy. We don't want to go play at Bell. Let me go play at Jackson. Walter Payton is one of the best running backs to ever play this game, and he went to Jackson State. And, Jay, that's what I'm saying. You can't deny the talent. You can't deny the talent. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny it. Only thing that they can do is draft them in later rounds. It's the only thing that they can try to do. But they gonna hit the league regardless because them folks in the league, they trying to win. When you trying to win and keep your job, you need that talent. But the only thing they can do is try to drop them down to later rounds. That's the only thing they can do. But like I said, one of the best running backs that played this game came from Jackson State. One of the best receivers to ever play the game came from a HBCU, Jerry Rice. So we need to get back to that type of time to where some of the best people to play the game coming from the black institutions. It was once like that, but that's when we felt like we didn't have a choice, and we felt like we need when they felt it was acceptable to allow us to go to the institutions, we felt like that was better than where we was at. Like, nah, keep going to these black institutions. Keep going to where the black folks at. Keep going to where the black folks at. Keep going. Go to where the black folks at. Go to where the black folks at, man. So that's what you do. Go to where the black folks at. That's what we do. They can't deny your talent, man. So go to where the black folks at. If you can ball, you can ball. If you can ball, you can ball. It don't matter where you balling at. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get your money regardless. I mean, and the young bull already, you know what I'm saying, he got that deal. So he already got, I think, what, $1 million? The young recruit that Deion Sanders flipped. Yeah, he got that. So he already making his money. Thunder, where he got that? What is it? Mississippi Valley? I believe. Clutch Hutch piece, what's happening? Nick for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if y'all know the story behind what was it? Alabama. I can't remember the actual college, man, but I think it was USC versus Bama. I can't even remember. I can't remember the year it was, but USC had, I think it was a fullback or a running back, man, that was black. And this, I think it was Bama. I think at this time, Bama had they was all white. They wasn't fooling with putting black players on the squad. They went up against a squad that had put them black players on it, and they got ran through the ground. And then dude was like, all right, yeah, we're going to start recruiting black players. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, nah, we don't fool with these black folks until they ran up on the black folks, and they got ran through the ground. Dude was like, all right, it's time to start recruiting black folks. So you know what happened. You know what happened. They had to start offering more money. That's all that really started happening. They start offering more money. That was it. You know, they said, all right, we finna get these black kids. We gonna offer them more money under the table. We gonna be able to pay them more than Jackson State is able to pay them. So that's what just started happening. Literally. Clean the plate, James. You say, what happened to your earlier live? What you mean what happened to it? Like that mug ain't up or something? Jay Will, man, I talk about that all the time. Like, that's the move. Like, I really, you know what I'm saying? That's the move. Clean the plate, man. I don't even know. Like, if my last joint ain't up, like, they playing YouTube on some funny business. I ain't even got no answer for that. Kurt, for sure. Yeah, it's a lot of them that went to HBCUs. So now we just gotta make that the norm. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the HBCU. That's for us. Let's go there. Yeah, and we gonna see. We already seeing how they can't handle it. Like I said, we already see. I'm talking about they straight wishing harm on the young brother. I don't know if you all have seen it, but they straight wishing that this young brother gets hurt. Just because he said, I don't want to go to Florida State, I want to go to Jackson State. They wishing that he get injured and everything. Like I said, if this young brother said, I want to go to Clemson or Georgia, nobody would have cared. But the simple fact that he said he want to go play with Deion at Jackson State, they like, nah, I hope you get hurt. Like, why would you do that? Come on, man. Like, don't wish that on that young brother. I wish nothing but success for this young brother. But these white folks don't like that. Ah, he's going to HBCU. Oh, he must have been paid. Hey, so what? If Deion paid him, I don't care. When y'all want y'all top recruit, y'all go pay him. So, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do the same thing over here. We got some money to give. We gonna go ahead and give him some money. Y'all make millions off of them athletes anyway. These athletes out here selling jerseys, you know what I'm saying? They selling out stadiums, and these coaches making millions, and these college athletes making what? Not off the record. You know what I'm saying? So they making money off of them anyway, so hey. Jay Will, I definitely support. Andronicus, man, they can't stand it. Oh, Landon, for sure, he got out. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, hey, Steve McNair, R.I.P. to McNair, definitely. All corn, for sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah, man, they hating big time, man. That's crazy. Like, hey, if you mad at Deion, that's one thing, man. But don't talk bad about the young brother. Like, come on, man. Like, what the young brother? Like, why are you talking bad about the young brother? Like, that's ridiculous. Just think about it. If I'm a top recruit in the nation and I play the same position as one of the best players the best player at my position to ever play the game. If I play the same position, why would I not go to the school where he's coaching? Why would I not go to where I can learn from the best? I mean, that only makes sense. If I play, back when I was a running back and Barry Sanders was coaching at a school and he wanted me to come there, man, why would I not go play under Barry Sanders, man? One of the best to ever play my position. Come on now. It made sense. To Renzo, my brother, peace, what's happening? I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at a position and the GOAT to play that position is coaching and he wants me and I can learn from him possibly, sign me up. Oh, Frank, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I know Spencer Rod. I know he wish he chose a different path. I know he wish he chose one. Oh, Jay Will, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It becomes normalized early. But like I said, hopefully this is just like creating just a mentality of unification. Like, I just hope we keep this momentum going. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I hope. Keep this momentum going. Keep it going. Hey, if you can't go to Jackson State, go to another one. You know? HBCU options, you know? You ain't got to just go play for Deion, man. You got plenty of other schools there. Put them on the map, too. Kurt, that's what I'm saying, man. Learn from the best. Learn from the GOAT. That's how I look at it. You'll be a fool to play that position and not go to Jackson State and learn from Deion. You'll be a fool. Literally. The best to ever play that position. Like, I mean, come on. If you know any ounce of football, man, you know Deion Sanders is the best cornerback to ever play football. It ain't even, it could be semi-close if you consider Charles Woodson and whatnot, but it ain't even close in my opinion. And I was a cornerback. I played that position. Like, it don't get like, when you played that position, there was one person you used for sure to study it, it was Deion Sanders. You know, easy. Like, ain't even no debate, really. It shouldn't be a debate. Like, it is just should not be a debate. You know what I'm saying? When I was playing corner, man, I was like, I'm studying two people. I'm studying Deion Sanders and I studied Charles Woodson. Because he was, you know what I'm saying, he was coming up right as I was getting into it. So I'm like, these are the two people that I'm studying. If I had the ability to learn from either one of them, I'm going. I'm going. You ain't even got to sell me on that. I'm like, oh, yeah, Deion over there. Let me go. I'm going over there. I play cornerback. I'm going. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm headed. Like, that's where I'm headed. Without a second thought. He done sold himself. Just from his body of work. Just from what he did. I know I can learn from him at that position. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm loving it. Oh, yeah, Landon, man, I'm telling you, man, he was stylish. They didn't like Deion when he was in the league just because of how flashy he was. Deion will tell you that he gonna lock you down and then he'll do it. Like, you know, white folks don't like that, man. White folks don't like when we talking and then we can back it up. Like, they don't be liking that, man. Now, they may like it if it's bringing wins to their particular team, but you know what I'm saying? For the most part, they don't like a confident black man. And then when a black man is confident and he then backs it up, they can't stand any of that. They're like, nah, man, they don't like that, man. Deion, he'll talk his trash and he'll back it up. He'll tell you what he's gonna do out there on the field and he'll literally do it. So, you know what I'm saying? They don't like that, man. They do not like that. If you know anything about the Atlanta Falcons when he was on that team, they were not the best, but like they brought a different type of personality to the league, man. They was out here bringing MC Hammer out in the joint. Like, they just brought a different element to the game back then. Yeah, it brought a different element to the game back then, man. Like, I'm telling you, Deion, that was one of my favorite players in the league, favorite players ever, man. Favorite players of all time. Oh, Jay Will, Louisville, you're not too far from the kid. But yeah, man, once I go see my peoples, you know what I'm saying, probably next year or something, I'm going to be sure to go check out Jackson State. For sure. I'm going to be sure, man. Next time I go to Mississippi, man, like, hey, we going. We going to the game. I don't even care. We going. Get them tickets. We in the building. We in the building. Now all we got to do is, you know what I'm saying, now all we got to do is get our own leagues, you know what I'm saying, as far as professionally speaking. Because I'm getting tired of these white owners that don't know anything about these sports capitalizing off of these black athletes. As the book says, $1 million slaves. So now we need to take all of that and we need to start our own professional leagues. And then we'll be really winning out here. You know what I'm saying? That's where we really need to get to that point. Man, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, that'll hurt these white folks so bad, bro. Like, if we started our own league and we just got all the top black athletes, I mean the top athletes, because most of them are black, and we just had the white athletes on one side, man, ain't nobody watching that, man. Ain't nobody. I'm sorry, white folks, but we not about to watch an all-white football league in 2021. We not about to watch an all-white basketball league. We just not watching that. It's just not. We not doing it. We are not doing it. So that would destroy the white establishment in regards to entertainment and sports and things like that. Man, ain't nobody watching no all-white league, man. I mean, unless that's what y'all fool with, I know I ain't watching it. Man, you bet I'm not finna watch all-white dudes play football or basketball, man. It ain't happening. It's not happening at all. You know, I'm not tuning into that. So, you know what I'm saying, we start our own league and then we start taking the best talent and we have it on our side, like it's a no-brainer in regards to what people gonna watch, what people gonna gravitate towards. No-brainer. You ain't even gotta think about it. And now it's for sure hurt the pockets. Hit them where it hurts. Like, that's where they can't take it. Like, they can't stand that. Oh, Frank for sure. And Brandon, yep. GOAT, greatest of all time. Hands down, man. Hands down. Not even a debate. Hands down, man. Hands down. So, hey, young brothers, man, hey, go play with the man. Like I said, if you can't make it to, hey, TSU got Eddie George. If you a running back, you a black running back, Eddie George is pretty decent. Eddie George is pretty decent. So go ahead to TSU and learn from one of the best. Jay Will, 100%. When you tap into most of it, it's going to boil down to the best in that particular or perspective field being a black person. Man, Kurt, I don't know the exact amount, but I'm pretty sure amongst all of the black people that we got enough to start it. I don't know, man. I had to do some knowledge in regards to the amount. Now, it probably ain't gonna be pretty starting off, but for the most part, what's gonna reel the money in, what's gonna bring in the money are the fans. Like, that's where you generate the real money, is the fans. So once we start supporting it, y'all know I be tapped in. I be watching to see who coming in this joint. But that's where the money will be generated. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be from the support of the fans. So when we tapped in, when we start supporting the leagues, that's when they gonna generate the money. When we buying the jerseys, when we going to the games, when we tuning in, that's when the money will be generated for the most part. And that's when the league will be able to elevate and evolve. A lot of people gotta understand that. So if we start a league, it ain't gonna start off pretty. Might be rough. But the more of us that support it, the more money will be generated. And the sooner they will be able to evolve. Terenzo, yeah, and we reaching that point. They know about it. They just don't want us to know about that science. But they have that fear. Genetic annihilate, like they know that their time is coming to where they gonna be wiped out, genetically speaking. They know it. Like they know it. That's a big fear of theirs. Yeah, Jay Will, man, yeah, they, you know what I'm saying? My relationship with like people like Stephen A. Smith is not the best. Can't really stand that dude for the most part. Of course, they got a lot of analysts that they have paid off to say the dumbest things, to play that Sambo role. So of course it's some brothers that I can't stand to hear talk about anything sports related, anything in general. Charles Barkley is one. Sometimes Shaq get on my nerves also. But Stephen A. Smith, man, I be ready to drop kick that man. Ready to drop kick, but I already know the agenda. You know what I'm saying? I already know what's behind some of that, man. You know, they gotta have that Sambo on TV, man. If it's their platform, if it's their establishment, best believe they are in control. Jay Will, yeah, I saw that. Brandon crumbles overnight, and it won't even be a question. It won't even be a question. If them black athletes said, you know what, we done with the NBA and the NFL, we finna do our own thing. Done overnight. Oh, it's just overnight, you done. Like, it's just done. Like, they will fold. Bankrupt, everything. Like, they will just, it's over. Like, it'll just be over that quick. Yeah, Jay Will, and I feel like that's the next step that Jackson State got to take. You know what I'm saying? They got to play a powerhouse D1 school, and they got to come out victorious. And not even come out victorious, they just got to put up a good fight. You know what I'm saying? If it's competitive. You know, so they had a game against a D1 school that ain't the best D1 school, and they took the L. It wasn't a bad L, but they still took the L nonetheless. So now they got to start beating those schools. Yeah, Nick, the big three. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, back in the day when we had the Negro League and things like that, I'm like, man, that was the blueprint. But we looked at that like we was aspiring to be the major leagues. The major league was the Negro League. You know, but we thought that's where the money is at. We want to go to the MLB. So they made us aspire to be on their level, to be integrated. You know, they conditioned us to think if we integrated, if we mixing with them, then we've made it. That's way better than us doing our own thing. So that's how they conditioned us. Nah, the Negro League was the answer. Nah, we gonna fool with this Negro League. We gonna play with each other. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be in this Negro League, and we gonna take this Negro League to the next level. Nah, it was like, nah, we gonna take the best players from this Negro League. We gonna offer them more money so they can come play for us, and we gonna have all of these players aspiring to go there. Like, nah, man, no. Like, focus on this Negro League. Stay in this Negro League. And let this Negro League evolve. Terenzo for sure, you know. So when enough of us collectively realize this reality, we in there. We in there easily. Landon, oh for sure, yeah, show that. Hey, definitely, man. Yeah, he be getting a lot of disrespect. But we ain't tolerating the disrespect, man. We ain't tolerating the disrespect. And just the way Deion, man, just be handling himself, definitely respect. You know what I'm saying? All respect, man. All respect. Deion handles himself in a nice manner, man. I like the way Deion carries himself, man. I just like the way he handling the situation. Prodigal son, 100%. That's what I'm saying. We thought that was next level. So we looked at that, as always, we view them as superior. So we like, dad, if we can go play with these white folks, then, hey, that means we out here, we superior. We done made it to that supreme level. Not understanding that the superior talent is right here in this Negro League. So we couldn't grasp that reality because of the way they conditioned us. You know, and that created a lot of problems. Like I said, I don't really think integration was the best thing for black people. That may be an unpopular opinion, maybe a popular opinion. I don't care, but I feel like integration was one of the worst things that could happen to us. Now, when I say that, I feel like if they would have allowed us to be separate and not mess with us, then that would have been better. So that's the key word. Like segregation or separation, as I like to call it, and as my NOI brothers would like to call it, separation would have been ideal if they would have agreed to leave us alone. Now, we separate, then they decide to mess with us, like we have another problem. But if they say, all right, we're going to separate, we're going to do our thing on this side of town, y'all do y'all thing. That would have been, to me, that was the part of the solution. Separate and leave us alone, let us do our own thing. Like, that's how I felt. Yeah, Jay Will for sure. And that's one thing I respect. That's one thing I respect, man. He definitely handles the hate with class, man. It's a wonderful thing when you see a black man handle the hate the way that he handles it. Because, you already know how they view us out here, so I love to see it. I love to see it, man. I love to see the way that he's handling everything, man. It's peace. Definitely peace, man. I'm just liking what's going on. It's historic. And I like to see more big name people just following the footsteps, man. It's a trendsetter right there, man. Like I said, Deion could have been doing a lot of other things with his life, but he decided to make that move. He decided to make that power move. That was a power move, man. That was a power move. Anais definitely killed the entrepreneur. Hey, it killed it. Killed the drive for us to be self-sufficient. Killed it. Created a dependency. Created that dependency on them white folks, man. That's what it did, man. We integrated and we became dependent upon them and their system. Like, that's what it did. Tore us down, man. It really killed us. Like I said, I feel like it was a lot more, there were more cons than pros in regards to integration, in my opinion. But again, for the most part, when we were separated and we were thriving, they didn't like that. So they caused damage. But if they would have just let us separate and chill without bothering us, without tampering with us, we would have been okay. They would have never destroyed Black Wall Street. What would that have potentially what would that have potentially evolved into? If they would have never destroyed Rosewood, what would that have potentially evolved into? Like, if they never would have destroyed these communities, what would have been the result of that? You would have seen a lot more of these communities. And they knew that. So they said, we cannot have that. Therefore, we must bring destruction to these thriving black communities, because they are setting, like, this example that they are setting is too positive. Like, nah, these are positive examples of black people coming together, doing their own thing, not needing us. Like, we cannot have that. Jay Will, you say, what's your opinion if Deion recruited the number one ranked QB and he was white. Personally, it's my personal opinion on that. Let the white folks go to their institutions. Personally. Get those black recruits. HBCU, man, keep it in the family. Keep it in the family. But in the same breath, I'm going to say that in the same breath, I'm going to hit you with a but. But in the same breath, if that number one recruit wants to go play for Deion, I'm not mad at him. So I feel like it's one of those either or situations. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever school they want to go to, let them go there. I would prefer for us to keep it in the family and make this thing predominantly black, which it would still be predominantly black. I mean, that's one position. But if the top recruit is a quarterback and he white and he say, man, I want to go play with Deion. I mean, that's the same as if he say he want to go play for, we the black community. We don't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't in our blood. We are accepting. So if you want to come to Jackson State, we're going to welcome you with open arms. It may be awkward initially, but you know what I'm saying? We're going to welcome you. That's what black people do. That's what black people do. So I'm not going to be mad at it. Hey, you want to go there, hey, that's where you want to go. I ain't going to burn jerseys. I ain't going to get mad. Like, nah, we don't work like that as black people. Dude, hey, that's where you want to go because you see the influence. You see how fun it looks how fun it looks to play for Coach Prime. Then, hey, be my guest. But personally, I say let the white folks have their little schools and let us have our schools. Find you the top, and another good thing, man, like Deion said, like right now the QB of it is his son. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, man, both his sons playing on the squad. And one of his sons just so happened to be the QB. Like, that's another thing that's just peace about it. Like, man, not only is the man coaching the HBCU successfully, but man, his son is the quarterback. Like, that's another crazy point to make. Like, his son was straight the quarterback this season. Like, that's what's up, man. Like, that's what's up. Both your sons playing on the squad, one of your sons the quarterback. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, his son straight was the QB. Like, man, it was just everything just lining up, man. It just all makes sense, man. It's just a wonderful thing. And every time you white folks get mad, man, I love to see it. You know I love that, man. When we getting under their skin, man. When they mad, when they frustrated. If we act the way that they be acting, man, boy, the criticism we'd be receiving is crazy. The criticism we would be receiving would be crazy. Jason, peace, what's the word? We'll be getting all the criticism under the sun if we was out here acting like these white folks acting right now because of what Deion is doing. All the criticism, man. We'd get accused of being racist, hate crimes, all type of stuff, man. We'd just be getting all type of accusations that's garbage. All prodigal son, yeah, for sure, 100%. We got that mindset, part of the Stockholm syndrome, So we got to divorce from that mentality, big time. Jason, man, everything is peace, man. How you holding up? But yeah, that's part of that Stockholm syndrome. Like, I don't need any validation from the white side. I don't need any confirmation from the white side. I don't need any approval from the white side. I don't need any permission from the white side. I just personally don't. But y'all, with that being said, man, I think I gotta make a move. Got a client in the building, so we about to tend to this session, man. I appreciate y'all. I may tap in with y'all tomorrow, but I may take a few days off. Who knows, man? But I appreciate y'all. As always, peace. Y'all be easy. Enjoy the rest of this Thursday.